Hang on. Woo. All right. Obviously, Black History Month. Black History Month had to come in with the tunes and the jams, right? Appreciate Africa, obviously. Let's go. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. We got that color, we got that culture, right? We got that unity in Visionary Traders Group. We had no choice, but good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are calling in from in the world today. Hope everyone is doing well. Jason speaking here. Welcome everyone to today's call. Well done for jumping on. We've got some powerful gems that are gonna be dropped by two powerful powerhouse ladies of the group, two leaders, two Platinum 1000s who have been leading their teams with due diligence, with integrity, with excellence, and as a result are seeing fantastic results in their business, and many lives have been impacted and have been blessed. So without further ado, we're going to pretty much get straight into it. And first up, we've got the lady from Wolverhampton running the Wolves team, BT Wolves, Platinum 1000, Susan Lawrence. Susan Lawrence, are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Awesome. Take it away. Give us that good stuff. Go ahead.
I'm going to do my best, okay? I'm going to do my best. So guys, thank you, Jason, for the intro. Yes, I'm doing my best in Wolverhampton and around the Midlands, right? I've got people around the UK that I'm working with, and I'm here now today to talk to you about something that affects, I believe, all of us. And this is so important. So what I'm going to do now is to share my screen with you, and you can see what I'm talking about. Right. So what I'm going to talk about is overcoming your fears. Fear is a dreadful thing. It can stifle you. It can kill you. It can take away all your dreams. So what we want to do here as leaders is not just tell it to ourselves because we need it to, is tell it to all of you because we need to be strengthened by each other because we have an opportunity here that is fantastic. So overcoming your fears, what can you do? So what I want to start to do first, I know you can't respond back to me, which is a bit awkward. I'm used to talking in public and everybody responding, but I'm going to do my best. So I've got a question. So if you can answer this question, if you could have 3 wishes, what would that be? Start typing what in the chat box, what those wishes. If you could just rub that lamp, get those dreams, and suddenly you see it coming out of the lamp. Or what would those dreams be? What would those dreams be? Right, I'm opening the chat box. 100% else, wish for unlimited wishes. Who says that? Dave. Okay, keep going. Arsenal. Oh my Lord, Arsenal. Jesus coming up. Jesus coming up the lamp. Sabrina. Good health. Yeah. So health, wealth, being fulfilled. Be specific. Fulfilled with what? Banish COVID. Be successful. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to show you something that somebody said. I'm going to say who, but here we go. Come on. Okay, hold on a second. Black History Month. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Technology. Right. So this relationship, the young man found the bottle and he rubbed it. And what did he get? He actually wanted a beer dip, and chips. But his missus said, how about the chocolate? Now, this is just a fun bit, but in all seriousness, fear actually paralyzes, okay? You can paralyze, so you could have a fear of public speaking, a fear of spiders, a fear of talking over a Zoom chat. You could have a fear of so many things, but we want to help you to overcome fear. If you sit in a corner, you're not going to overcome that fear. If you say, I can't do it, and you fold your arms, go into a corner, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change if you don't face your fears. So guys, this is the point where you need to get your pens and your notepad and start writing. This part is going to be getting serious. Okay, so understand fear. You need to understand what fear is and just embrace it. So some fears are important, yes, but also some fears are not real. So they say that fear is something false that just appearing to be real, but it's not. So if I have a fear of speaking to you, you know, what is that going to do to me? You know, if I speak to you or not speak to you, it's going to stop me, but it's something invisible that I can actually change. So if I keep going and practicing, then I can mitigate or reduce that fear. So understand fear and embrace it. So fear exists to keep us safe, depending on what that fear is. So it is not inherently bad or good, but a tool that we can use to make better decisions. So fear isn't designed to keep us inactive, but to help us to act in ways that generate the results we want and we need and want. So embrace the fear as instructions and let it inform your actions. So next point is don't just stand there, just do something. So we intend to admire people who are quick to take action. So we need to be deliberate, creating a plan and pacing ourselves. So just take action. So when I started to do presentations, at first I was afraid, right? I was so afraid. And I said, nah, this is foolishness. So I sat there and my heart was pumping, do, 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 do. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to just grab this fear, rip it apart because it's not real, and just plod on. So that's what I did. So that's my little bit experience with this particular thing, which was new to me because normally we communicate by face, but now we've got to communicate in this way. So when fear strikes, consider whether the correct action might be an analysis of the opinion and make a wise, well thought out choice rather than jump into what seems right in the heat of the moment. Don't say, I'm not going to do it. What's the consequences of not doing that particular thing? So what you need to do is name that fear. I have a fear of spiders, fear of public speaking, fear of dancing in public. I might look silly, as an example. Just name those fear, right? Name those fear, write the fears down on a piece of paper. Just write down all your fears and face it. Then you can say, I'm not afraid, right? So sometimes merely stating what your fear is gives you the strength to deal with it. Say your fear out loud, write it down and focus your mind on it. So when you try to ignore your fear, it grows. When you face your fears, it shrinks. So when I came on the call, not this one, but the other calls in the past, my fear was big, as in my boo-doo, boo-doo. And then now I'm here with you guys. Now I'm enjoying talking to you because my focus is not my fear. My focus is helping somebody who needs that help. That's what that's all about. The other one is you need to educate yourself. So if you've got a fear of an interview or fear of, say an interview is coming up for a job and you've got a fear of that, what you need to do is educate yourself, prepare yourself, be prepared. We can be afraid of the unknown, but then it's just the unknown. It's not real. So if your fear is based on a lack of information, then get that information or that knowledge that you need to examine the situation based on the fact rather than on speculation. So when I was going for a job, I just basically researched everything. I researched the company, I researched the individuals that was interviewing me. So I knew exactly what I could home in on with that individual. And they were impressed that I took some time out, LinkedIn, hello, and found out about that individual. That's what I did. And they were impressed. Okay, so as I said before, prepare yourself and then practice that preparation and role play. So if you say, for example, you want to introduce somebody to this wonderful, fantastic platform, we already have a launch document, okay, to help other people. We have this launch document to help people what they need to say if they're speaking to somebody on the phone. So what I will do for some of the people in my team, I would help them to prepare them. So what we will do, I'll attempt to go and read that section in the launch document that tells them how to speak to somebody. Then they will role play that with me. And after they role play, I actually did it with somebody. And within 5 minutes, okay, that person went away and said, learn it. 5 minutes, I'm going to come back to you. And then after 5 minutes, that person just went on the phone and had 3 people on the call. And they've never, ever done it before. So we need to step out of our comfort zone, because that comfort zone, as you all know, will be your broke zone. Step out of it. So where we are now, we don't want to be. And that's where we are here so that we can grow and become better people for the future. So the last 5 years, last 10 years, for some of us who've been on earth longer, obviously the young ones, I say last 3 years, last 2 years, 3 years or 4, but for us, last 10 years, last 50 years, you know, we want to do something different now. So the long-standing top fear is public speaking, I said earlier. In a survey, death itself is rated second place. Death, you know, is second place to public speaking. How crazy is that? All right. So what you need to do is basically standing in front of a group and open your mouth, like what I'm doing now. I'm opening my mouth. I was fearful before in general public. People say to me, don't be daft, you weren't fearful. Of course I was. I was fearful. We all are. Jason said it many times over that he's been fearful. But you've got to go out there in your comfort, being uncomfortable and make your mistakes. So who cares if you make a mistake? It doesn't matter. I'm not going to judge you. Jason's not going to judge you. Nicola's not going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you for you making mistakes, because guess what? You can do it over and over again. And the more you do it, the more you actually become better and better. Okay, so in your fear, if your fear is related to your performance in a certain activity, then prepare, practice, and role play. That's what I'm trying to say. Prepare, practice, and role play. And then that will then grow your confidence. And that fear will just start to filter away. That fear will start to, rather than being like this, it will then start going down and shrinking. That's what will happen to your fear. This is not real. It isn't real. Okay. So what you need to do now is visualize your success. So athletes, what they do, they imagine, right? They imagine the successful completion of a physical task thousands of times before achieving it. That's what they do. This mental mapping ensures that when the body moves, it's more likely to follow its preordained path. Okay, so they plan to win, because if they're not planning to win, then they won't bother, will they? So you won't bother, so you have to plan to win. So what is your goal? I'm asking you this question. What is your goal? Okay, so with your goal, you've got to start with the end in mind. Okay, then go back to work towards it. So I want to earn every single month a minimum of 10K. So I now got to go back and start writing a plan, start preparing, start skilling up myself to prepare myself in order for me to generate that amount. I want to be a better trader. So what am I going to do? I'm going to prepare myself, make sure I have a trading mindset, prepare myself. I'm going to practice. I'm going to go on the go lives, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go and constantly ask my mentor. I'm going to plug in. It's a bit like an iron. I always say to people, your iron that you use to iron your creases out your clothes, what do? You plug it in and utilize the iron. Once the iron is plugged out, it's going to get cold and cold and cold. So what you need to do, stay plugged in. Jason always say, stay plugged into the system. That's what we're talking about. Be an iron. Stay plugged in. Stay hot. Stay focused. Keep your vision. Your trading will improve. Okay. Your helping others will improve to help you to help them. Me personally, I want to help others onto the platform because it's freeing me. It's freeing me not only emotionally, but it's freeing me financially. It's freeing me financially with my trade. It's freeing me by me seeing others come in and get help. It's freeing people. That's why I want to help people. So I've seen people said, I don't want to help anyone. But what they really mean is they've got a fear of talking to other people. That's all it is. But I know everybody has got a warm heart and everybody loves people. Everybody loves their family, their friends. They love them so much. I've seen people change from saying, I'm not going to tell anyone. I leave them alone because once they start trading and seeing the impact of trading, it changed to another level completely. They then start wanting to help people. That's it, because they're loving, caring. I know everybody in this platform is loving and caring and they want to help others, but at the moment, they've got that fear. But don't worry, come to me and talk to me, people in my team, and go to your leaders in your team and say, I've got a fear, I've communicated with people, I want to tell my family and friends, but I'm afraid of what they may say. Who cares what they may say? In a nice way, I'm saying it. Who cares? Because you've got to know what you want and be focused. We will help you, prepare you to talk to your family and friends. So now what we're doing with the push of my mentor, Jason, is every week we're meeting up at the lovely Ramada Hotel. So we're telling everybody to dress up, be nice, look wealthy and healthy, you know, so you attract the people around you. So that's what we started to do. We're attracting people around us, and people are wondering, after people are walking around going home, one of the gentlemen stopped me and says, oh, what do you guys do? Well, we are investors, and I'm supporting my investors. I'm educating them. So, you know, it's open to anybody in the community, and I can talk to you about it. Yeah, sure. Take my details. So I've already done a talk, a presentation to this gentleman, and he said, it sounds fantastic. So he's going to talk to his wife, and he's going to come back and let me know, you know, and we book a date, book a meeting. From a meeting, I'm just following the system. That's all I'm doing, following that system. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. I'm just following the system. Honestly, I'm an accountant, for crying out loud. I don't do this kind of thing. I really don't. But when I realize it's going to empower me and empower others, that's it. I'm sold completely. So next point is utilize peer pressure. So that's what we need to do. So surround yourself. This is so important. Surround yourself with positive people who will push you to overcome the fears that are holding you back from what you want. So the question is, who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Okay, so you get in front of people who are already there, people who want to do better. So when you come to me and said, I want to develop myself, I want to be my mentor, be careful what you're asking me, because I'm going to be pushing you. Yeah, I've got Jason pushing me, so I'm going to be pushing too. So Jason's pulling me, I'm going to be pulling you too. So we're all working together in a team. So we're pulling each other along. That's what we need to be doing. Because guess what? I'll have a drink first. We are a family, okay? And we're helping each other. So gain a sense of proportion, okay? Overcome that fear, gain a sense of proportion. So really, let's be honest with ourselves. How big a deal really is the thing that you're afraid of? How big a deal is it? Because you know what? We sometimes get ourselves so caught up in this, this success, this failure of a particular quest, you know, that we want to pursue. But really, let's not get caught up in the, how am I going to do it? Don't worry about how you're going to do it. We've got systems to help us to take those steps to get there. So that's how you're going to do it. Follow the system, follow the system, follow the system. So what's the worst that can happen? You're going to get better. That's the worst that's going to happen. That's what you're going to do. You're going to get actually better. So get help, as I said before. So whatever you're afraid of, is it something you have to do alone? Do you have to do that alone? No, we are here to help each other. We are a family, visionary traders group. We are a family. So can you find a mentor or a support group? Yes, we are here. So tick to help you through this. So think about everybody else around the world. Athletes, they have coaches. Students, they have teachers. Find somebody that can be your accountability partner then, if that's the case. Mentees have mentors. You see the pattern? It's all a great pattern. So people getting, I don't know, 100K a month. They have mentees. They have mentors, sorry, because they are the mentee. They have mentors. So if they got mentors, what says little me? Okay? But I'm not little really, but it's because I've just come into this thing, so I'm growing. Okay? So normally when I go into a company and I speak to people, somebody would say to me, I'm just a reception. You're not just a reception. You are somebody that the first person people meet is you, and that's the first impression of the entire organization. Don't think small, you got to think big, right? Follow successful leadership, right? Are you doing something that has never been done? Are you? Are you doing something that's never been done? No, you're not. So, or can you follow the footsteps of someone else who can accomplish this before? Of course you can. So what's the formula for success? David says it all the time. Desire, skill. Actually, it's multiplied by faith. I just remember it came to my mind. So it's desire, skills, then multiply that by faith. That equals success, which leads to conquering your fear. Okay? So I have a positive attitude. So in the book, Brian Tracy, The Power of Self-Confidence, become unstoppable, irresistible, unafraid in every area of your life. He said, what would you do differently if you were absolutely guaranteed of success in any undertaking? Would you try more things? Would you keep working at long after everybody else has given up? Because you got that aim in mind. Tell yourself, I'm allowed to make mistakes. You know why? Because I am growing. Tell yourself again, I am allowed to make mistakes because I am growing. So if I make mistakes on here, boo, 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 I'm not bothered because I am growing. Okay, I am growing, and I'm not a techie person anyway, so that's probably part of the reason. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. No one on here is going to judge you. They're going to be here. They are here to actually help you. So people talk about fear, right? So what is it anyway? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice really is not mine. The choice is yours. So everything you've ever wanted, let's face it, it's actually on the other side of fear. Everything that you're telling me, write down everything on a piece of paper, what you want. Don't care about don't think about how you want it, how you're going to get there. Just write it down. And then think, see that big wall in front of you? Push it down, because everything is on the other side of that wall, big wall of fear. So whether you have to get through it, round it on the side, above or under, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. You become what you think about. The scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? But if you're developing, then great. So I'm taking to church. It's Sunday, okay? I'm taking you to church. So here we go. I am not afraid of 10,000 enemies who surround me on every side. Even when I walk through the dark valley of death, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff, they protect me. I pray to the Lord, and he answers me, freeing me from all of my fears. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor fear the dangers of the day. But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not fear those threats. Do not be afraid. For God has not given us that spirit of fear, right? Timely, but a powerful love and self-discipline, okay? So what you need to do now, you need to think big. Think big. So I want to give you a definition of thinking big, okay? And I'm going to give you the person at the bottom who actually said this. He said, talents. What he's saying here is that you need to develop your talents. I've got my notes here, what he said, right? It's a God-given development inside of you. God's given you talents, so you need to develop them. He also talks about honesty. So T is for talent, H is for honesty, right? Be honest. I don't need to go into that one. And be insightful. Listen to the people who already has got success. We say this because we mean this. You hear this over and over, but it does work. Listen to those who have the experience of success. It's a lesson. Listen to them. So this one's a real one. Be nice. Be nice to people. They will be nice to you. Next one is knowledge. Knowledge, it goes without saying, educate yourself with knowledge. So that's think. Now, big is book. What I mean by book, I mean read those books that you need. Think and Grow Rich. Developing a leader around you, developing a leader inside of you. All those books. Let's not even go there. All those books. We can listen to audios, but what Ben Carson said, and I kind of was saying the opposite to Ben Carson. I was saying, I like to watch audios. I like to just watch things and listen to audios, close my eyes. But he said exactly that. He said, stop saying that, because what you need to do is actually open your eyes, look at the pages of the book, right? And read. I don't like reading. And he said, stop saying to yourself, I don't like reading. That's me. That's me. I always say, some people know this, I don't like reading. But my mentor told me to buy this book, right? Developing a Leader Within You. So I bought the book, and guess what I've got to start doing now? Yeah, I know, reading. So that's what I started to do, is reading that book, right? And I stands for in depth. So learning for the knowledge and understanding. So get in depth, learning. Don't just read something or listen to something and walk away, because it's not going to be in depth. It's not going to be embedded, should I say, in your spirit. So that's what you need to do. Get it embedded into your spirit. And then last but no means least, it's just because there's a Jesus there, but God. So let's put it this way. God is the foundation then of all those that's above. Okay? He's the foundation. So what we need to do then? Kick it. Get rid of fear once and for all. Because those who are believers, they've got God. And those who are not, God created us anyway, okay? And we've got all this knowledge around us to help us. We've got a system in place to help us. So this is what we need to do, is maintain that yourself. So when I say maintain, think back about the iron, the iron. Keep the iron plugged in, right? Keep that plug in. So you are plugged into everything that's been done. Come on these training sessions. Go on to the educational Go Live and learn your trade. Go on to Bob Proctor and mentorship. 9:00 tonight, there's mentorship again. Every single week, there's support and training. So stop saying that you can't do something and start saying that I will do something. I don't care if I make mistakes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kick that fear once and for all, and I'm going to do that thing. So what I want to do right now is to unshare my screen. Okay, and then I'm going to re-share my screen one more time. And I can't even see what you guys are even saying, but because I'm like focused on what I'm saying to you. Yeah, so what I want to do is play this very quickly. And this is Les Brown.
Let's begin to look at what are the things that we can do that would put us on some firm footing in life, that will enable us to do some things and use some powers that we have, that many of us go through life never ever discovering that we have those things going for us. And part of that, I believe, is knowing what is your life worth. What is it that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose? Because once you find that, it puts you in your power place. See, if you know what your life work is, I encourage you to start working on it. If you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it. And if you don't know what it is that you showed up to do, if you don't know why you're here, I encourage you to find out what your purpose is here. What is the meaning of your life? And I say to you that if you begin to take a conscious effort to find out what it is that you're supposed to do, I say that it can literally save your life. I said that it can literally save your life. See, when you're going someplace and you already know how much you're going to make, you already know how far you can go, you're in a dead-end position. It erodes your self-esteem. It lowers your sense of yourself. It creates an inner turmoil. It creates an emptiness in you. So I say that your life is worth finding what it is that you're supposed to do. Do find out what your work is and hold on to it, and don't let your dream go. Don't let it go. See, and here's something else I want you to begin to look at. Why is it that most people don't pursue their dreams or don't do better than what they're doing if they're capable of doing it? I think that many of us don't go the next step because we don't know what to do yet. And I say that the reason that we don't even explore the possibility of what to do is because subconsciously we don't believe that it can happen for us, and we don't believe that we deserve it. So here's what I'm suggesting. How much time do you spend working on you? How much time do you spend every day working on your dream? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? In the last year, what new skill or knowledge have you acquired? What kind of investment have you made in you? So I'm saying that as you begin to look at where you want to go, if you want to make it today, and things are changing so fast, you have to literally run to stand still. I'm saying that you've got to make some conscious effort to begin to work to develop you. Here's something else. Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear, limited vision, and lack of self-esteem is what keeps most people doing things they don't want to do. The same reason that people stay in relationships where they're abused or they're unhappy or it's unfulfilling. They can't see themselves beyond that relationship. They can't see themselves enjoying life without that person. They think that this is all that they can do. The same reason that people get stuck at a certain level in life. They can't see things being better for them. And they think that this is it and this is all they deserve. This is all they've ever seen. It's been passed on to them. And they think that this is it for them. Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear puts people in the hospital. Fear can age you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And it seems like you're in a hypnotic spell. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself, of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? It's one of the things I had to ask myself. So I didn't want to make any mistakes. I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to be perfect the first time I did something. It's not going to happen. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to hurt some folks' feelings. You're going to create some enemies. Whenever you decide that you want to begin to take life on, you've got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back? He said, fear is false evidence appearing real. That is an illusion that we create in our mind. It is a state of mind that can be changed. So let's look at how we can begin to take some steps to restructure that fear, to begin to expand our visions of ourselves, to begin to increase our self-esteem. Webster said that self-esteem means confidence and satisfaction in oneself. Look at your life right now. Whatever you've done up to this point in time, your life is working. Whatever you have produced, it came out of you as a result of the kind of person that you have become.
That's me finished. Thanks, Jason.
Absolutely amazing. Wow, absolutely amazing. Susan Lawrence, thank you so much. Guys and girls, drop some 777s in the chat box. Platinum 1000, Susan Lawrence, leader of the VT Wolves gang. 777s. Wow. Guys, we got some gems there, some nuggets on how to overcome fear. Fear truly does paralyze us, and we can no longer allow fear to hold us back. I heard a wonderful saying that the only thing that we should really fear is fear itself. Knowing that there is something out there that will try to stop us from achieving our goals. No, Bun fear. To hell with fear. All right? So, absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Susan. We appreciate you. And guys and girls, we ain't done yet. We still got more gems, more value, more nuggets coming up from another special lady, leader of the Infinity Group, Platinum 1000, Nicola, the Queen Carter. Nicola, are you there? Can you hear me?
I am here. Can you guys all hear me clearly?
Sheesh, we can hear you. Take it away. Give it to them. Give them the sauce. Give them the sugar.
Give it to them. What VTG family? I hope you are all very, very well. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and a beautiful weekend. First of all, can we drop some flames in the chat for Susan? Susan, come with the big guns. Susan, come with the overcoming fear. Listen, it literally feeds right into exactly what I'm about to speak about. So thank you so much, Susan, for that excellent, excellent teaching. Now, guys, it is October, okay? We have moved on. We are in a new month. We are in the last 90 days of this year, the last quarter. 2020 is not over, okay? Many people are, I'm done with this year. I can't cope no more. I'm finished. No, we still have a whole 3 months left to turn it all around, to keep running, to do whatever we're doing, and to really get some fantastic results for the rest of this year. Now, last month, we listened to the audio of the month, right? The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Now, we were meant to do a clean sweep of 30 days of September listening to this audio. Drop some sevens if you did a clean sweep. If you listened to the audio of the month every single day last month, drop some sevens in the chat. Let me see the winners. Let me see the winners. David Amanisi listened to this every single day for a year. He's making 750K a year. Sorry, not a year, a month. What am I talking about? 750K a month. Who are we to not listen? Of course we must listen, right? So what I want to do is just pick out one little sentence, one little thing from that whole audio. Something I was thinking about the other day that I really, really, really want to hammer home to you guys so that you have the best launch pad for the last 90 days of this year, right? Success. The Strangest Secret talks about success. Now, those of you who have been paying attention, what is Earl Nightingale's definition of success? What does he say it is? He says it's the something. What does he say? What does he say? Let's see who really is listening to this audio now. Success is the what? The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Michael Lee is on the ball today, right? Guys, if you see me look down, I'm just looking at my laptop. I've got some notes. That's what it is, okay? The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And I just want to just delve into this a little bit and really, really get you guys in the mood for what you need to do for the rest of this year. If you have not been taking notes, please grab a pen. Grab a pen, okay? We're going to need to be writing now. So what I'm going to do is start from the end and work backwards, okay? Because when we are goal setting, what do? We start with the end in sight. Susan said it. You start at the end, because if you do not know where you're going, you have no idea how to get there or what even to do to get there, right? You need to start from the end. If you have no destination, you have no success. Earl Nightingale compares this itself to a ship without a crew. What does he say? He says, if you give it no aiming point, you just have no goal, no destination, you start the engine and you let it go. It won't go anywhere. It can't go any place because it has no destination, no guidance. So the first thing we need to do is decide what is the goal, right? Now, starting at the end of this sentence, the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, that last word, ideal. What is your ideal? Do you know what your ideal is? Okay, the dictionary says that an ideal, right, which is a noun, it says it's a person or thing regarded as perfect. A person or thing regarded as perfect. What is your perfect? What is your ideal or perfect? Do you even know what it is? Have you written it down? Have you thought about it? Because if you don't know what your perfect is, how do you know that you're aiming for it or even working towards it? You have to know what it is, right? Now, many, many people don't know their ideal and they actually scale down their goals because they never think of perfect. They think it can't happen, right? So what they do is they have this thing called the comfort zone, and it's really cozy in there. They like it in there. They have this comfort zone, but the comfort zone can be mistaken for your ideal, because what it is it feels so nice. It feels nice to not have to do any work. It feels nice to not have to change. So you mistake that for your ideal. Now, you may have a relatively good life. You may feel like, you know what, I'm not doing badly for myself. I am blessed. Now, we are always grateful for what we have. We always walk with an attitude of gratitude in this life, no matter what we have, how little, how big, we always are grateful. But being grateful does not mean that you are done. Being grateful does not mean you don't deserve any more. Being grateful does not mean your work is finished. Okay, your ideal is your perfect. Is there anything in your situation that you could improve upon? Because what will happen is you will start to be tolerant of your current situation, which means you don't have to improve. You don't have to continue to work. You don't have to continue to try. That's not true, right? We don't want that. Being tolerant of something or tolerating something, right, means you allow the existence, occurrence, or practice of something that you dislike or disagree with without interference. So you're allowing an existence, occurrence, or practice of something you actually dislike or disagree with to carry on and continue to exist without you interfering, without you intercepting, without you changing it. So ask yourself, your current situation, this comfort zone you have created for yourself that makes it hard for you to move, do you believe that is all you can do? Do you believe it's all you deserve? Do you believe this is the best God actually wants you? He doesn't want you to achieve anything more. Are you done? Because if you don't agree with that, why are you tolerating it? Why are you tolerating it? Get up and move, right? Create a better idea of an ideal for yourself and start to work towards it, right? If you don't agree that where you are right now is your best, if you don't agree that it can't be improved upon, then you need to move. Think big. Susan said think big and think boldly. Do not limit yourself, right? So that's the ideal. We know now where we're going. You have your idea of perfect. We need to get there, okay? The second word now, worthy. Your ideal must be worthy. What does worthy mean? Worthy means having or showing the qualities that deserve the specified action or regard, deserving effort, attention, or respect. That means it's worth fighting for. That means it's worth going after. That means it's worth getting out your bed and doing some work for. That's what it means, right? That's what worthy means. So, is what you're doing now worthy? Many of us have jobs. Many of us claim we're busy. Many of us claim we're tired, we're this, we're that. We've got all the excuses in the world. Are they worthy? Even though the most fantastic job in the world, I wouldn't say is worthy, right? I wouldn't say it's worthy. Now, we can understand the concept of worthy when we think back. Many of us are students, ex-students. We have been to uni. We've done various things with our lives, right? And we have all had that first job that really wasn't paying us very well. It was probably some retail job that we didn't even care much about, or working in some bar or some restaurant, and we didn't care. Okay, we were just there to get the money. We really didn't care about the job. We all can relate to this. Now, in those kind of jobs, you will notice that people never do more than they feel they are being appreciated or paid for. Your manager can ask you to do X, Y, Z. How many times have you been in a job and goes, I don't get paid enough for that. They're not paying me enough to do that. They're not paying me enough to put up with that, right? We understand the job is not worthy. Therefore, we're not going to do certain things because it's not worthy, right? The job is not worth it. People will take days off for certain things. You will start to prioritize other things in your life, and you'll call in and make that fake phone call pretending to be sick. How many times have you hung upside down on the bed going, oh yeah, like I don't really feel too good today, just to make yourself sound a little bit ill, right? We've all done it. Don't lie to me now. We've all done it, right? Because we know it's not worth it. If you've got that assignment to complete, but you're meant to do a shift, you're going to call in sick and do the assignment because you understand that this assignment, i.e. this uni degree or whatever it is more worthy than this little job. Or if your child is sick, you will take the day off, and you may even lie, right? And just say, you know what, even if you're not lying, you'll say my child's being looked after is more worthy than me coming in and doing that job today. You understand worthy. Now, look at what people have achieved in this place. I am Mastery Academy. It allows you to attain your ideal. It is probably one of the only things that I've ever seen in my life that allows you to actually get towards your ideal. Most people's jobs do not do this. It doesn't matter how well they're paid. They are not allowing you to get there simply for the fact of the time that they take up from you anyway. How can spending 40 or 50 years of time on something that cannot get you to your ideal be worthy? How? I don't care what the job is, right? How? It can't, right? So you have to understand that, yes, you have a full-time job. Yes, you have this fantastic career that you have found so much time and energy into. but understand where you are right now. Understand the opportunity that is in your hands right now and what it can do for you. It is worthy, right? Look at what people have achieved here. Like I said, whether you are a trader, just trading, whether you are trading and running the business side as well. Anyone that has achieved success in this place has had to treat it as worthy. They have had to put the graft in. They have had to prioritize. If you can miss out on sleep, you know, you can work through sickness, you can give up your luxuries because of work, that thing that can't get you to your ideal, then you can do the same thing and you can have the same sacrifices for this thing I am. Because you know why? It's worthy, right? It's worthy. It will free you. It will get you to your goals faster than anything else, okay? Right, so the next one, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. We know what our worthy ideal is. Now we want the realization part, okay? The progressive realization. What is this word realization? Realization is the achievement of something desired or anticipated, an actual form given to a concept or work. The achievement of something desired or anticipated, an actual form given to a concept of work. Is literally bringing something that is in here and making it real, making it physical, making it an actual fact now, okay? And it comes back to the theme. You become what you think about. You can realize whatever you want to realize. You can create whatever you want to create. You become what you think about, right? Now, when we talk about, you know, the achievement of something desired or anticipated, I went and looked up this word anticipated. What does anticipate mean? Anticipate means to regard it as probable, to expect it or predict it, to guess or be aware of what will happen and therefore take action in order to be prepared. I.e., to anticipate something, to say, it's coming. Does this ring a bell? I am so happy and grateful now. Why are we happy and grateful now? Because we are anticipating that reality, that ideal, that it is done. It's coming now. It's happening, right? If you anticipate mediocrity, if you anticipate substandard results, negativity, disappointment, guess what? That is what you're going to get because you anticipated it. That's what you prepared for. That's what you expected. That's what you predicted. That's what you got, right? So if you're a person who is trading, learning to trade, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this thing. You know, it's so hard. I can't do it. It's going to take me. Guess what? That's what you're anticipating. So that's what you're going to get. If you're a person who's building a business and you think, oh, you know, my mentor told me to pull my list of 30, but if I talk to these people, they're not going to listen to me. Why would they listen to me? Like, oh my gosh, I'll call them then. I'll call them, but they ain't going to listen to me. Guess what, guys? That's what you're anticipating. That's what you're going to get. They're not going to listen to you because that's what you wanted. Now, you might as well say that's what you wanted, right? And that's what you got. So what you need to do is you need to anticipate your ideal. Anticipate whatever that idea of perfect is in your head, it's coming. In fact, it's done. It's already here. You're just waiting for time to catch up, right? Expect, predict, and be prepared for your ideal. Say, I am so happy and grateful now in anticipation of your ideal. Move as if the ideal is coming. Yeah? Act as if the ideal is coming. Work as if the ideal is coming. Because if you don't, you're anticipating a whole next thing and you cannot be surprised by your own results then, right? So this progressive, right? Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. We now know what the ideal is, establish that it's worthy. We understand that we need to realize it, we need to make it happen and how we need to move in order to make it happen. But what does progressive mean? The progressive realization. Progressive means something is happening or developing gradually or in stages. Engaging in or constituting forward motion, i.e., it's not an overnight thing. It's not a get rich quick thing. It's not a microwave kind of thing, okay? You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to pattern your mindset and understand this is going to take some time. But you know why I'm doing it? Because it's a worth ideal. It's worth it, right? Now, do the work. That is all I can say to you on this one. Do the work. Okay, it is not going to be an immediate overnight success. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would already have it. Why is it people don't have it? Because they don't know how to be patient. They don't know how to work. They don't know how to graft. They don't even know how to think correctly. That's why they don't have it, right? So it's not something that's easy, but it can be done and it will be done. In fact, it's already done, okay? So don't get overwhelmed by the how. Don't try to micromanage the situation, because things are going to happen that you're not even going to expect will happen. Okay, and you can't, prepare for every single situation. You can only prepare for the end goal, knowing it has to happen somehow, right? Just aim to progress a little bit every day. Do something every day. Be consistent and be persistent in the right things. Many of us are consistent and persistent, and we're really good at it, but we're just really consistent and persistent in the wrong things. We are persistent complainers. We are consistent oversleepers. We are consistent over leveragers. Big up yourself if you're a consistent over leverager and you know who you are, right? We all know that those people are out there, okay? Persistent, at calling your mentor and going, well, what had happened was, it was going well. So I thought, we all know those people. Be consistent and persistent in the right things, guys. Okay, hit the small milestones, the small targets, and eventually, gradually, you will get to your destination and closer to your ideal, right? You will not see how far you are moving whilst you're moving. Does that make sense? You're not going to see how fast you're moving whilst you are moving, but you will see how far you have gone when you get there and you look back. So anyone here has been here for 6 months or more, drop some sevens if you've been here 6 months or more. If you've been in this platform for 6 months or more, drop some sevens. Now think back to your first week in IM. Think back to who you were in your first week of IM. Have you not come far? Are you not different? Is your life not changed forever because of this place? You've been here for 6 months. You're not the same person. Okay, you're not the same person at all. Right? You might even be here for 1 month, when already you're like, wow, like things have really changed for me. I'm different. Okay, you won't see it happening at the time, but the progressive realization is happening. It is happening, right? So stop looking at your surroundings. Stop working based on what you see now. Don't look left and right and be like, oh, this looks like a worrisome situation. Oh, I'm a bit scared. Let me just slow down a little. No. Because what's going to happen is you're going to stay there. Okay. Anyone that's listened to Justin Owen's motivational mixtape, right? He talks about being in the storm. If you're driving through a storm, you don't stop in the storm because you're going to stay in the storm. You keep driving so you get through the storm and out the other side, right? You don't want to be stuck in the storm. You keep moving. Right? So don't look at your surroundings.
Right.
Let me mute somebody. Who's this? Okay, cool. Right. So focus on your destination. When you learn to ride a bike or you learn to ride a snowboard, if anyone's ever been snowboarding before, they tell you, look in the direction that you're going. Look in the direction that you're going, okay? Because what's happening is if you're learning to ride a bike and you look this way, guess what? Your handlebars are going to steer that way. If you're riding a bike and you look that way, guess what's going to happen? Your handlebars are going to steer that way, and that's where you're going to go. And you only want to go forward. So look forward, look at the goal. Have your goal card in front of you. Have your vision board around you. Cover your walls with the things you want to see. Cover them with the pictures of your ideal so that is where you're going. That is where your focus is all the time, okay? There is no exception to this. The only way you do not get to where you're going is if you stop. That's the only way. If you quit, we all know, right? Quitters never win, winners never quit. If you quit on yourself, mate, that's you. That's the only way you're not getting there, okay? Everybody else, whether it takes you 6 months, whether it takes you a year, whether it takes you 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're gonna get there. Just keep going, right? Now, Malcolm Gladwell said, and I think Jason touched on this last week, he said it takes 10,000 hours of doing something to become an expert. 10,000 hours. This applies to all of us. And it doesn't matter what the skill is, okay? 10,000 hours to become an expert at doing something. You must pay the price. That's what this means. You must pay the price. There's a certain amount that is required of you, and you don't get that thing unless you give what is required. Whether it be time, whether it be effort, whether it be patience, whether it be discipline, whether it be, money, whatever it is, you don't get there unless you have given what you need to give, unless you pay the price, right? You can't shortcut the process. It just has to be done. I see this as empty tanks. That's what I see it as. I see it as like empty tanks, empty pots, right? You know that when you become a trader, there are certain skills, certain attributes that are required of you, okay? You need patience. You need discipline. You need consistency. You need some element of risk management, good risk management. You need to have a good strategy. You need to learn all these different components to become a trader, right? Now, some people come in with different amounts of these different components. Some people are really good at risk management, but they're not consistent. They don't trade when they're meant to trade. They don't do it. They do it for a burst of time, 2 weeks, and then they drop off and they don't do it for a month. What's the point, right? Everybody has different balances of these different tanks. However, all the tanks need to be filled up to a certain degree before you can become, for example, a 6-figure trader. Fill your tanks, okay? Fill your tanks. If it takes 10,000 hours of doing anything, it means whether you fill them once a week or whether you fill them once a year, they all need to be filled to get to where you're going to go. So why are you moving so slowly? Why are you moving so slowly? You say you want to be a 6-figure trader, but you're filling up your tanks once a month. You're filling up your tanks once a week when someone else is filling their tanks 4 times a day for an hour at a time. Why are you moving so slowly? That's why we say success loves speed. Success loves speed. The quicker you fill your tanks, guess what? The quicker you become a 6-figure trader. If you're a person that's trying to build the business and chairman is apparently the goal, but you only call one person every month, my guy, it's not going to take you that quick to get to chairman. You need to move faster, okay? You need to pull your list of 30 in the day. It doesn't take that long. Get it done. How many times has someone said to you, do your list of 30, call the next 3 weeks later, you still haven't called the people on the list? Fam, you don't want chairman. You're lying to yourself. You don't want it, okay? Do the work. Be progressive. Get it done, right? You're not going to get there otherwise. Now, this as well is so key with what Susan said, right? Whatever you feel you're not strong at, because people have different degrees of their tanks, like I say. Some people, when it comes to the building tank, some people are very confident at speaking to people. Some people are less so. Some people are very confident at presenting. Other people are less so. Some people are very good at explaining things. Other people are less so, right? But whatever you are weak at, the tank still has to be filled to a certain degree to hit whatever rank it is you're trying to hit. The only way to make it better is to practice. Keep doing it. Repetition, okay? Because if you're weak at day 1, you're not going to be weak at day 100, but you're going to have to do it for 100 days to get to the day 100. You're not going to get there otherwise, okay? So you might as well start and just get on with it. Whatever you're weak at, do it more. Practice is just repetition. So if you're not a good presenter, what do? Present more. If you're not good at public speaking, what do? Speak more. If you're not good at explaining things, guess what you do? You explain more. If you're not good at making phone calls, guess what you do? Call more people, okay? It's not hard. This is very, very simple stuff. Just get it done, right? Until you get better at it, and that's the key, you will get better. You will. There's no way you can do 100 presentations and tell me that your 100th presentation was not better than your first ever presentation. You'll be lying, okay? You'll be lying. I know you will get better. You have to, right? And until as well, you no longer feel uncomfortable, because sometimes it's not that you're good at something, but it feels alien to you. It feels different to you. You're not used to doing it. When you've done something 100 times, you are not going to feel so uncomfortable. Okay, it will be quite normal to you. And this is how you start to expand and push out that comfort zone. You start to move the boundaries of what you deem comfortable and push it out a little bit and make that circle bigger, and you'll become better, right? Challenges will come. They will happen. This is the progressive realization. It's not linear. It's not just straight. Okay, things are going to happen. You're going to have curveballs. You're going to have to take detours. You might have to slip back a bit, but you will get there. It's progressive. So all of these challenges, they are just opportunities for you to learn. They are just opportunities for you to learn. And when you learn, you grow. Okay. So every challenge, don't feel like, oh my gosh, woe is me. My journey is over. No, I need to learn something about this. Even if it went really wrong, I need to learn. Why did it go wrong? I won't make that mistake again. I'm now better for that thing happening. Okay. Take them in your stride. Accept it is normal. Every single person has the challenges. There is no trader that's never done some real, stupid things trading. There's no chairman that's ever not taken a slip back or, had people tell them no and all this kind of stuff. It's normal, right? Now, my last point here is, guys, we are all human, okay? We are all human. Don't let that be your excuse. I've heard so many people be like, oh, but I've worked all day and this and that. I'm tired, like I need to sleep. I've got this and I've got that. Oh, I can't focus. I'll just leave it till next month. We're letting these human things be our excuses as to why we don't work and why we don't move and why we can't and why we can't and why we can't, right? But actually, being human is the reason you must succeed, right? Walk with me on this one. Let me explain this to you. As humans, we are God's highest form of creation. We are not pigs. We are not cattle. We are not sheep. We are not lizards. We are not birds. We are humans, right? The highest form. There's nothing else like us. We are capable of incredibly brilliant things, whether it be mentally, physically, the whole world, all the structures you see, these came out of the human mind. Incredible, right? We were designed to be great. We were created in the spirit of excellence and perfection, right? There's no reason why we should be walking around saying, oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Oh, no, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't. Guys, are you human or are you not human? Are you great or are you not great? What is this? We can. In fact, we are the only ones that have free will. We can or we can't. And we've all heard it. If you say you can, you're right. If you say you can't, you're also right. Okay? So we can. And therefore we must. If we can, we must, right? So let's move. Let's not make excuses. An excuse, right? The definition of excuse is a reasonable explanation given to justify a fault or offense. A reason put forward to conceal the real reason for an action. So if we've committed faults and offenses, which means we're wrong, right? And we're now concealing the reason, we're lying, okay? So when you're making excuses, you're actually lying to cover up the thing that you've done wrong, okay? William James said, right, and this is referred to in the Strangest Secret. He said, "We need only in cold blood act as if the thing in question were real, and it will become infallibly real by growing into such a connection with our life that it will become real. It will become so knit with habit and emotion that in our interest, it will be those which characterize belief." He then goes on to say, "You must then really wish these things and wish them exclusively and not at the same time wish 100 other incompatible things just as strongly." So if you're saying chairman is the goal, but you're sitting there lying to yourself, being like, oh no, I'm not going to call these people. Let me just text them. And then your mentor goes, oh, did you call the people? Yeah, I called them. Yeah. No, you didn't, fam. You text them. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Okay? Because you're lying to yourself. It doesn't matter to your mentor whether you did it or not. It's you that's not going to see the results. So you're trying to lie to yourself and expecting the same results. It doesn't make sense. Your mouth says, I want chairman. Your actions say, I don't want chairman. The two are incompatible. So you have to decide, do you want chairman? Do you not want chairman? You say you want to be a six-figure trader. Someone says, do not over leverage, you're over leveraging. Do you want to be a six-figure trader? Do you not want to be a six-figure trader? Make your mind up and decide. Stop lying to yourself, because that's all you're doing, right? Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. He is where he is because that's exactly where he really wants to be, whether he'll admit it or not. So you can lie to your mentor. You can even lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to God, and the results will show, okay? So guys, I hope you have all taken fantabulous notes. I hope you all have gotten something from this. I hope you all now know that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Jason, back to you. Thank you.
Wow. Yes, absolutely amazing. What a Sunday supreme. Amazing. Guys and girls, drop some 777s in the chat box for Nicola Carter. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Pure nuggets, pure gems. The dissection of, or the dissecting of the strangest secret there, that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You see, guys and girls, you see results never lie. There is a reason as to why these ladies, right, have the results that they have, whether it's in trading or in the business-wise, platinum 1000s. Why? It's because they think a certain way. And when you think a certain way, you get certain results. It really is that simple. So guys, again, drop a 222 now in the chat box for both Susan Lawrence and Nicola the Queen Carter. 222 in the chat box. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Truly special. Guys, aren't we blessed in this organization? Every single week, nothing but fire, gems from different angles, different people, different walks of life, right? Different ages. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And we truly give thanks indeed. Absolutely amazing. And so, guys, I just want to remind us, we are in the month of October overflow. We are in the month and in the quarter, shall I say, of our 90-day game plan. It is well and truly underway. Guys, there is a lot to play for the end of this year. We are, of course, pursuing our project 800 brand new customers, 800 brand new students by the end of this year. And in so doing that, £5,000 broken up into 4 places is going to be paid out to people on this call, people in the group. It is going to be paid out. And also potentially the 10,000 that will be paid out by I Am Mastery Academy. It is all there to play for, and all we got to do, right? As you can see, 100 people in this call. If every single person makes a commitment to sign 10 individuals each, that is job done. Game, set, and match. And all that really and truly is 3.3 people this month, next month, and the next month. It's too easy, dagnabbit. It is too dang easy, right? Absolutely amazing. So, guys and girls, make sure that you tag Nicola on social media. Make sure that you tag Susan, Lauren, Susan, and Nicola. Type out your Instagram handles in the chat box right now so that everyone can tag you. Make sure that you blow up the Visionary Traders main Telegram group as well to let people know that this was absolutely amazing and they should have been on this call. And let's have a super fire, productive week ahead, right? Again, it is the fourth quarter. We need to make the most of the time that we have, all right? God bless you guys. Have a productive week. Let's make it happen. Any questions, of course, reach out. We're happy to help. Let's make this happen. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful week. Take care.